All right. So here we are in the very first ever Just Massage Therapist live podcasts. Today is going to be a pretty short one because it's just an introductory one. Next week, we're going to have myself and my partner Cora, and we are going to be talking about our favorite textbooks. But for episode 1, we are just going to do a short introduction, re-show you a couple of things on the website, and then leave it up for any sort of questions that might be there. I'm just waiting for it to come alive on my phone here so I can see any comments and stuff that might be posted as we go through. This is definitely going to be a lot more relaxed and less formal than the announcement lives have been, and more availability to chat and ask questions. Now, the live is usually about a minute behind. So what you're seeing, I've already said about a minute ago. So please, if I don't answer questions right away, or any time that you're watching one of our podcasts and you're watching it live, or if you're on any one of our lives, that is why we aren't answering right away, but we do like to answer fairly quickly. As far as the Just Massage Therapist podcast, as well as the Just a Massage Therapist blog that is available on our website, we decided that we would take the approach to the topics that we want to talk about from a massage therapist's perspective, because that's what the two of us are, amongst other things. But our major education has been in massage therapy, and our major experiences in the workforce have also been in massage therapy. So we're going to look at topics from a massage therapist's point of view. And then at the end of it all, it'll be, this is what we know. We're just massage therapists. Right? So understanding that we are just humans, just massage therapists, just mothers, just wives, just this, that, or the other thing. And we know that that's not the case. Nobody is ever just this or just that. But we are coming at this from a little bit more of a simpler point of view. Now, the first thing that I actually wanted to chat about today was the playlist of songs. So we've got a number of different songs that we have available at our disposal to use, and we've been using one of them. So I'm just going to play that one for you guys pretty quick here so that you have an opportunity to hear what it sounds like, and if you want to comment on which one you actually like first. So this very first one, number 1, we call it the chill out mix or complete chill out mix. It's the one that you've heard on a lot of our backgrounds already. So I'm just going to turn this up, let you guys hear this, see what you think. While I'm doing that, I'm going to drink a little bit of my hot chocolate. If you hear it or speed up, it's just sort of catching up to the live right now, especially since it's just starting to stream up. So this guy's pretty chill, and it's been really nice to do like the introduction and like the the countdown before our lives usually start, but we're not going to do countdowns for the podcast. We're just going to get the podcast started. But this is one of the options. Now, I've also got a couple of other ones I want to play for you, and then you can listen to them a little bit. I'm not going to play the whole songs, and see whether or not any one of them is more your style or you think would be more interesting to have heard. And then we'll sort of look at what the comments are, and we'll go from there. This one is called Mania Concord. I like this one. It's got a little bit more of a beat to it. I don't mind that one. All right. So there's that one. We've got one that's called The Game's Afoot. That's the next one here I'm going to play for you. This one doesn't seem quite as, I don't know, podcasty. Kind of get started really, really slow. So if you were to use this, oh, don't mind my dog, he'll bark sometimes. If you were to use this sound, what do you use it for? What do you think? A little more muted. Oh, it's the heart. So that one's, I don't know if that's podcast worthy, but it is, it's an interesting sound that we might use in the future. Next one's Dancing in the Dark. Also, I'm not a big fan of this one. I don't think, I'm a fan of the song, but I'm not a fan of this for podcast use. It just seems a little too low key. It is a little catchy, though. Yeah, not really a podcast song, but let me know what you think. If it could be used for something else, but I don't feel like that was a podcast. Fairies of the Woods is this next one. I feel like this one's better suited to a phone ringing than a podcast. We'll change here. I have a couple of other fluctuations, but I don't like that one. I mean, I like the song, again, not for podcasts or intros or anything like that. Then there's this one, so Walk in the Park. That's an interesting start. Thanks for the reactions that I've seen come through. They've always been very appreciated. This one could be a really good introduction because it goes for a while here, but then it gives you a break right here. So maybe not. Those are really the only ones. There's one that's called The Final Problem, which might be okay. So we're going to just jump up to that one. See what you think. And then we'll talk about the other thing we'll talk about. I feel like I could use this for advertising a little bit and marketing. But again, if not for podcasts, what would you guys use these sounds for if you were able to? It'd be an interesting chat. This one kind of builds a little more. kind of keeps the same thing for a while, which can be good for a podcast. Maybe this is the better one. Well, those are basically all of them. Would love to hear any thoughts that you might have on any of them. So I said the names as we were going through. Feel free to listen back to them. I've got a couple of other ones, but those ones are specifically for different times of the year, so we won't do those ones right now. So there was that, and then the other thing for today's stuff, because it is just me talking and you guys listening and or commenting as you want to comment, or commenting later on once the live portion of this is turned into a video portion, which if you're watching this, you might be watching this video right now. I just wanted to show you some of the resources that are available to you on our page specifically. So I am going to share my screen here for the print resources. And these are the print resources that are available through the website as either a partner or an insider or a guest member. So these are free resources, but you do have to sign up as a guest member at minimum. So there's the special consent forms, the SOAP noting, the charts and tables, and some other stuff that we've got. The one thing that I really wanted to focus on showing you was the charts and tables, the free anatomy, and the from Gray's Anatomy, the free images, and the remedial and home care. Starting with that remedial and home care, we are working at creating a lot of stuff, but right now what we have available to you is the neck stretches, which you can utilize as a digital thing, or you can print it off as a poster, or it's something that you can give your patients. And it just goes through. It's a PDF document, so give it a second to fully upload here. But it just goes through and shows the visual of, first, the pain, of course, that can happen in the neck here. But then as you scroll down, it gives you how to do each of the major normal stretches for the neck. And it's really a nice one to give, especially if your clients don't have a lot of time, but it is up in their neck and shoulder where they feel their tension. So you've got your flexion, extension, lateral stretch, and the rotational as well. So I hope that is a really helpful resource to you, because it does talk you through how to do it in a way that most people will be able to read and understand, especially if you've been able to show them what that is. And we're going to be adding more and more resources as the days go by as well. The charts and tables right now, we've got, again, just a simple guide to stretching and strengthening, with more things coming soon. This can be, once again, a poster or a handout or something that you send digitally to your clients. And here I get to show you this one specifically. This is the one I wanted to physically show you. So this guideline for stretching and strengthening, for the stretching side, it gives you the type of stretch, the hold times, the repetitions, and how many times per day to actually start seeing results. Same with strengthening exercises. The goal of the exercise, repetitions, sets, and rest times between. So it's just a nice little simple poster or simple handout, simple something to give to your clients to help them remember and to help you remember too as well, which is great. And I realized when I did the remedial and home care one, I did not share the correct page here. So we're going to open it up again so you can see what I was talking about. Oops. First podcast. The active neck stretches here. You've got the no pain, no gain, or no pain, all the gain when it comes to stretching. So making sure that you never push your clients into a place of pain, which I'm sure all of you already know, but it's good for them to know as well. So you can see the flexion and extension stretch, the lateral neck stretch, and the rotational stretch in there as well. So if you needed a little bit more incentive, even to just jump into the guest membership so that you can have a little bit of access to some things, these posters are really quite a fantastic resource. Now, the last thing that I'd like to show you here are the Gray's Anatomy images, which we are adding to regularly. This takes you to the image page itself. And there it is. So If you want to see the full image on any of these, all you have to do is click on them and they'll open. So there's just a basic anatomy of the cell, but if we want to look at the whole skeleton here, what you have to do is right click and you just go open image in a new tab. And that new tab will show you the whole image, and that is yours. All of the Grey's Anatomy stuff is free. It is in the public domain, so you have access to it. I'm just giving you easier access to it, or we, I should say, are just giving you easier access to it on the website itself. And these galleries are all in here. You can sort of see where they are. And again, like I said, we're adding to these regularly. So we've got some bone ones, some joint ones, some muscular ones. We've got the heart there, which is really lovely. We got some internal organs. So anything that you might need access to, we are going to be trying to put up here as much as possible for those visuals, and making edits to them as we need to, just to give them a little bit more clarification as well. So yeah, that's basically it for this first podcast. We didn't need it to be really long or crazy or anything. We just wanted to give you an idea of what we're doing, and it's just going to be pretty relaxed. When Cora and I are here together, we're just going to be talking to each other, and you're welcome to chime in or not chime in. And we are going to be doing them every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time, which for us is Saskatchewan time. And yeah, it just gives you an opportunity to come get to know us a little bit better, let us get to know you a little bit better, and just see what the opinions are of a couple of massage therapists, what our thoughts are on resources and the way that healthcare is going, and this, that, or the other thing. Thank you so much for joining Just Massage Therapists podcast, episode 1, an introduction. And we are looking forward to seeing you in many future podcasts as we continue on for many episodes to come.